All right, Steelers fans, let's break down what's been happening with the Pittsburgh Steelers offense this season and dig into some of the questions that have been buzzing in everyone's mind. From the moment the season kicked off, it's been impossible to ignore the debates surrounding Jaylen Warren and his role in this offense. Fans have been vocal, either from their seats at Acrisure Stadium or from the comfort of their living rooms, wondering why Warren isn't seeing more snaps and why Kenny Gainwell seems to be getting so many touches instead. This isn't just casual chatter. Anyone who's followed the Steelers closely has probably asked themselves the same questions at some point. The story of Jaylen Warren is one of perseverance and talent, a player who came into the league as an undrafted rookie, proving himself in training camp and preseason games with flashes of brilliance that suggested he could be a major contributor. Yet, despite showing that he could handle a significant role, Warren often found himself playing second fiddle, tucked behind Najee Harris in the depth chart. That all changed after Harris departed following last season, and the expectations shifted toward Warren finally stepping into a starting role. Mike Tomlin addressed this, saying Warren was ready, though he included caveats about his durability. Despite that, Warren secured a 2-year contract extension worth over $17 million, with $12 million guaranteed, signaling the team's investment and belief in his potential. The arrival of Kenny Gainwell as a free agent and the drafting of Caleb Johnson seemed, on paper, not to diminish Warren's status as the primary back. Yet as the season unfolded, the distribution of carries has remained somewhat perplexing. In Warren's first 4 games, he put up rushing totals of 37, 48, 47, and 52 yards respectively. The most glaring example came during the game in Dublin, where he was held out entirely. Warren later mentioned that he would have played had it been a playoff game, but the coaches insisted otherwise. In contrast, Gainwell thrived in that same period, demonstrating his ability as a weapon on the field with 19 carries for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Vikings, adding 35 receiving yards on 6 catches. While both backs have similar cumulative season stats, Warren with 652 yards on 159 carries, averaging 4.1 yards per attempt, and Gainwell with 371 yards on a slightly higher average of 4.6. The difference in how they're utilized and perceived is fascinating. Both have 4 rushing touchdowns, and their receiving numbers are close, yet Gainwell has been targeted far more often, catching 50 passes compared to Warren's 30. This discrepancy has fueled the ongoing discussion among fans and analysts. Who should truly be the lead back? And how much does the coaching staff strategy shape the opportunities these players receive? The deeper issue, it seems, goes beyond individual talent and statistics. When the offensive line performs well and when the team implements creative formations or adds extra blockers, both backs have the potential to produce significant yardage. However, when the line struggles or standard blocking schemes are deployed, gains are minimal, sometimes painfully so. A recent example is the game against the Ravens in Baltimore, where a defense that allows just over 111 rushing yards per game held the Steelers to only 34 yards on 17 carries. Warren had 8 carries for 13 yards, Gainwell 4 for 15, and Johnson contributed 2 for 4. It was a stark demonstration that the effectiveness of these backs is heavily dependent on the line and the overall scheme. Observing from the stadium, one can see that despite individual effort, openings are scarce when the line fails to create lanes. Even elite effort from players like Zach Frazier go unnoticed when those next to him are overpowered by defenders. Against a defense that is respectable but not elite against the run, the back saw little opportunity, reinforcing the idea that adjustments from coaches like Tomlin and Arthur Smith are essential for success. Creative plays, extra blockers, and strategic formations have allowed the team to maximize the abilities of both Warren and Gainwell. Yet there remains a consistent question of why more isn't done to leverage their talents under standard circumstances. This discussion is part of a broader theme in Pittsburgh's approach to the running game: the balance between innovation, personnel management, and maximizing talent. Fans watching the games from home or in the stands notice how the line's performance directly impacts the back's production. When lanes are opened through clever adjustments or additional support, yardage accumulates quickly. Without that, Even talented backs struggle to make meaningful gains. Warren and Gainwell each possess the skills to move the chains, break tackles, and contribute to the offense. Yet their effectiveness is constantly shaped by the offensive line's performance and the coaching staff's willingness to adapt schemes. Beyond the running backs, the team's offensive strategy incorporates wide receivers and other skill positions in ways that sometimes limit rushing opportunities. For example, deploying multiple wide receivers in certain formations can create space in the passing game, but often comes at the expense of a traditional ground attack. Balancing these elements is a challenge for any coaching staff, and in Pittsburgh, it has created moments where fans are left questioning play calling and personnel decisions. Another layer to this conversation involves the mindset and preparedness of the players themselves. Warren, who has worked tirelessly to establish himself, shows professionalism and readiness despite the inconsistency in his usage. Gainwell, similarly, has proven to be a versatile and reliable option. Observing their contributions through the season highlights that talent alone does not guarantee production. Context, game planning, and situational usage play equally critical roles. Throughout all of this, fans' passion and scrutiny reflect the high expectations placed on the Steelers' offense. Shouts from yellow stadium seats or living room couches are not just casual reactions. They represent a collective desire to see the team fully utilize the talent at hand and achieve the success expected from a franchise with Pittsburgh's storied history. Each carry, each formation, and each adjustment becomes a point of debate, analysis, and reflection as the season progresses, highlighting the intricate dynamics between players, coaches, and on-field execution. The conversation about Warren versus Gainwell is emblematic of a larger story. The interplay between preparation, opportunity, and execution in professional football. Both backs have shown flashes of brilliance, yet the overall impact of their efforts depends on factors beyond their control. Watching games unfold from the stadium offers clarity, revealing how defensive alignment, blocking schemes, and coaching adjustments can turn potential yardage into tangible gains or stymie even the most talented players. This ongoing narrative continues to evolve with each game, as fans and analysts alike scrutinize performance metrics, situational decisions, and the impact of coaching strategies on individual players. The story of Warren and Gainwell is thus not just a tale of numbers or individual talent, but a reflection of the complex machinery of a professional football team and the delicate balance required to translate skill into consistent, meaningful production. As the season moves forward, each game serves as another chapter in this unfolding drama, where player readiness, coaching ingenuity, and execution intersect to determine outcomes on the field, keeping Steelers Nation engaged, questioning, and passionately invested in every play. Continuing with Steelers Nation, it's impossible to discuss the team's season without diving into the defensive side of the ball, where surprises and standout performances have captured everyone's attention. One of the most fascinating stories has been James Pierre, who has transformed from a player once cut after training camp to a key contributor on defense, now ranking impressively among his peers. This kind of turnaround doesn't happen overnight, and it's a testament to dedication, preparation, and the guidance of the coaching staff. Pierre's journey is a lesson in persistence, showing that even career special teams players can become reliable options on defense when given the right opportunities and support. His preparation, whether on special teams or practicing defensive schemes, created a foundation for him to step into a larger role when called upon. Danny Smith's influence cannot be overstated here, as his commitment to keeping Pierre on the roster laid the groundwork for what has become a breakthrough season. It's also a reminder of the importance of talent evaluation at all levels. The Steelers' front office and coaching staff recognize that overlooking Pierre would have been a significant mistake, one that could have left the team weaker in critical defensive matchups. The broader lesson for fans and aspiring professionals alike is that the NFL often rewards those who combine skill with relentless preparation and who are ready to seize the moment when it arrives, no matter how it may come. Observing Pierre on the field, his coverage skills, awareness, and ability to anticipate plays have become evident, proving that dedication and attention to detail can elevate a player's impact beyond what might have been predicted initially. Meanwhile, on the offensive line, the conversation about performance and consistency continues. The Steelers have seen glimpses of elite blocking, particularly from players like Zach Frazier, whose efforts in creating lanes for running backs have sometimes been negated by teammates struggling to hold their blocks. Watching from the stands or on a high vantage point, one can see how even a single weak link can stall an entire play, emphasizing the importance of cohesion and teamwork in the trenches. It's a reminder that football is a game of synchronization, where individual talent must be complemented by collective execution to achieve success. Offensive strategy, particularly when balancing the passing and rushing games, plays a crucial role in how effective the Steelers can be. Coaches like Mike Tomlin and Arthur Smith have shown creativity in introducing formations and additional blockers to create opportunities for the running game, but consistency remains elusive. The team's willingness to experiment and adapt is commendable, yet it also highlights the challenges inherent in building a versatile, unpredictable offense capable of responding to strong defensive schemes. Against teams like the Ravens, defensive planning can shut down traditional running plays, forcing adjustments that test both coaching ingenuity and player adaptability. Fans witnessing these matchups gain insights into the nuanced battle between offensive schemes and defensive responses, understanding why certain plays succeed while others fall short. Beyond the individual matchups and statistics, what stands out is the mental resilience required from the players. Running backs like Jalen Warren and Kenny Gainwell must maintain focus and confidence even when lanes appear limited or when opportunities are scarce. Their ability to perform under pressure, adapting to the situation presented by the defense and the offensive line's performance, underscores the mental toughness demanded at this level of professional football. The intricate dance between offensive line performance, defensive alignment, and backfield execution is central to the Steelers' strategy. Each game presents new variables, opponent strengths, injuries, weather conditions, and in-game adjustments that must be navigated with precision and split-second decision-making. Observers quickly realize that a back's success cannot be measured solely by yardage or touchdowns. Context is everything. Even when statistics suggest parity between players, the underlying factors often reveal stark differences in opportunity, support, and scheme implementation. Another aspect of Steelers football that has captured attention this season is the passing game and the role of skill positions in creating balance for the offense. Wide receivers and tight ends contribute not only as targets for the quarterback, but also as blockers, decoys, and catalysts for opening lanes in the running game. Understanding how each position interrelates with the running backs provides a clearer picture of why certain plays gain traction while others falter. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Explosive news is shaking the NFL world as the Pittsburgh Steelers reportedly pulled off a move that has left fans and analysts buzzing. Sources suggest that the team has signed a surprising reinforcement, immediately sending shockwaves through the locker room and among the franchise's loyal followers. The identity of the newcomer remains under wraps, fueling speculation about just how bold the Steelers are willing to be this season. Adding to the drama, the Steelers have reportedly cut a veteran player from their roster, a decision that insiders are calling both strategic and controversial. While details are scarce, the move appears to signal a shift in team dynamics, potentially altering the balance of experience and fresh talent within the squad. Observers are already debating whether this signals a broader shakeup in the Steelers' approach or simply a calculated gamble aimed at injecting new energy into a team hungry for success. In the midst of this upheaval, the spotlight has turned to quarterback Dak Prescott. Rumors are swirling that he could be connected to the team's latest maneuvers, though nothing has been officially confirmed. The possibility of a high-profile acquisition involving Prescott has ignited a firestorm of speculation. Some pundits suggest it could be a game-changing addition to the Steelers' offense, while others caution that integrating such a star player may come with challenges both on and off the field. Fans on social media have erupted, debating what these moves could mean for the upcoming season. Conversations range from cautious optimism to outright excitement, with threads dissecting every possible scenario, from bold offensive strategies to locker room chemistry shifts. One thing is certain. The Steelers' latest shakeup has captured the imagination of football enthusiasts everywhere, leaving everyone on edge as they wait for official confirmations and more concrete details. Whether this is the beginning of a series of blockbuster moves or a single, calculated surprise, the Steelers have undoubtedly succeeded in creating a storm of buzz. Analysts are now watching closely, attempting to read between the lines of cryptic press releases and insider whispers. The NFL rumor mill is alive, and Pittsburgh has taken center stage in a drama that promises to keep fans talking for weeks. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.